Howdy, folks, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. And tonight we got a great show with my co-host, David Null, Hawkeye Two Feathers, for our two old guys Thanksgiving celebration.
And as always, we welcome you with the love and the honor of the infinite creator. And we hope that you've had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we're here to give thanks to you all for one of the things that we're grateful for this year. And I'm grateful for my good buddy over there on the other side there, Mr. Robert. We've been doing this for 150. Oh, this ain't story time. Sorry.
This is a special edition. Yeah.
Special edition. I was going to say 152 times, but that was on Tuesday.
Yes, exactly. So we did that on Tuesday, and I said, why don't we come back and, talk a little celebration for Turkey Day because, hey, we're two old guys. We sit home alone, and we want to connect with all of you because who knows? Maybe you're alone too. You can join in the fun, right?
That's right. And if I had pie, we could throw it at each other.
I love it.
Food fight.
Nina says, no turkey for me. I'm a Canadian. So, yeah, well, there you go. She says, just the wine here. Hey, everybody, go out and get yourself an Anacarana. Oh, they got Anacarana with me on it now. And it says Nina the Mystic Truther on it. So go get yours. And it's got the Anacarana on it too. On her thing, link is in the description. If you want, here, I'll pop it up. She's got a great store. Let's look at the store for a second because I just purchased some stuff tonight just before the show. So we're just going to go through that because I am so proud and happy that she had put my smiling face on a mug. And it wasn't a mug shot. It was a mug. So there you go, everybody. Let's see if we can make this a little bit bigger for a second. And we're going to go this way. Yeah, and there you go. There's a mug right here. You can get a mug, and it's got my face on it. It's got the Anacarana on it. It's all nice. And there you go. It says Happy Holidays 2024. This might be the last year we're around, so you never know. Get yours now. And or you got. Hey, you know what the Deagle report said? They said at 2025, millions and millions of people were going to disappear. And here we go. Happy Holidays 2024 with the Anacarana. And it says from Nina and Robert V. And there you go. Let's see if we can see how nice and big that is. Look at that. My smiling face. And yeah, Anacarana. I don't know what happened there, but Anyway, okay. So get yours today while you can because tis the season. Plus, she's got shirts. Look at that. Look at how nice that shirt is. Same thing on there. Happy Holidays from Nina and me. And don't forget, it is that time of year where it's cold out and you can get a limited edition. This will be a collector's item someday when I get really famous. Happy Holidays on the shirt, too, with the Anacarana. What more could you expect and want? So there's my spiel for tonight. And you can also get, of course, you can get Nina the Mystic Truther with her new design. You can get all of these other cups and mugs with Nina the Mystic Truther, the Anacarana symbols, stickers to put on whatever you want, and more Anacarana mugs, shirts, hoodies, you name it, books, notebooks. It's the good luck symbol. There's a whole thing. Nina's got a thing on her show or on her YouTube or whatever. You can look it up and watch that. It'll explain all the stuff about the Anacarana. Like I said, she's got a lot of stuff, stickers of all kinds, the new design, the old design, whatever. It's all good. And there we go. I hope you all enjoyed that little bit. So link is in the chat here. Link is in the I think it's in the description. I'm pretty sure. Yes, she says, spend that money like it's going to be your last time. Who knows? Maybe the Deagle report's right. Maybe it isn't. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute or two. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving to start off. Thanksgiving. What's Thanksgiving mean to you?
Well, it's changed over the years. So what it used to mean to me and what it means now, is I don't want to say unfortunately different, but it is, because it used to be all about the food, It used to be all about we're going to get together and we're going to have I was saying the other day that, it was my grandmother. She was always so traditional. Her mother was straight from Germany. And so there was a lot of recipes, and Grossmother got very much into Thanksgiving because it didn't have it in Germany. Plus, she got out of there just before the war, so they were very grateful that they weren't in World War II. And so after Grossmother passed and everything, Granny, didn't necessarily take it upon herself, but she made sure that the tradition was there. She wanted to carry on for Grossmother, and for also because of her husband, Red. He just loved Thanksgiving, not just for the food, but he loved his gravy bread, and there was something about turkey and the gravy, and he loved his gravy bread, and he could just about he'd make a meal out of gravy bread. So it was these little things, the simple things that were just so good, and only once or twice a year, Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And so that's what I really remember, is those special little things about the food. And then now later on, it got less about the food because I moved to South Georgia, and there was, things like butter beans and fried chicken instead of turkey and dressing. It was different. And so, but now in my old age, I'm just so grateful and thankful to wake up every day and to be able to breathe and, and get along with folks and be here with you, Robert, and share, what few moments we have with folks every week. So, how I view Thanksgiving over the years has changed, but I'm still very grateful and thankful. If anything, I'm more thankful because I'm not thinking about the food.
I think you got it there. When I was a kid, I was all thinking about the food myself. I didn't really think about how grateful I was for all the people in my life. And you're right, my thoughts have changed the same way. And I am thankful and grateful for the people in my life, the things I've done to get where I'm at. Sometimes I step in a pile of poop and I come out smelling like a rose. And I think about that sometimes too. And I think, I'm really grateful for those things. I'm grateful for the lessons that I've learned along the way, and I wouldn't trade them for anything. And yes, I agree totally. You're right. Your opinions on these things change.
Even the hard lessons, the ones that were, you ended up kind of bloodied,
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Not necessarily physically bloodied, but.
Yep. Oh, I know. And sometimes things turn out really good. And Chloe says, is there another sound source going on besides Hawkeye and Robert? I don't have anything playing here. You got something playing in the background? I think I can hear something too.
Yeah, way in the background. Yeah.
Okay. Apparently it's picking up on the computer stuff. So I don't know. Just letting you know, man. It's something, they can hear something. Anyway. Okay, what else is there? You know, I mean, I love cooking. I'm a good cook. And I love to cook. And I got a turkey. I'm going to celebrate my Thanksgiving tomorrow, actually. The turkey was frozen, and I forgot to take it out and thaw it, on Wednesday because I had to work. It was kind of the last thing on my mind. So I took it out today, sitting on the stove. It's thawing out. I got bread rising so I can bake it in the morning. I have corn that I took out of the freezer that I made myself this year from the corn I grew. I have potatoes that are from the stuff I grew, So a lot of homemade things. And I got the sweet potatoes too. I forgot all about the sweet potatoes. All right. Yeah, I'm going to make them too.
Can't forget sweet potatoes.
Yeah, that's right. That's a Southern thing mostly. When I was a kid, I didn't even know what a sweet potato was.
Really?
And we just didn't have them. We didn't eat them. We're Northern people. We eat potatoes, mashed potatoes and gravy, boiled potatoes, cabbage, a lot of cabbage, and things like that.
Well, somewhere along the line, maybe it's when Granny moved to Florida, but I remember having sweet potatoes at Thanksgiving. Usually candied sweet potatoes, out and then put in the oven and baked, really good. Yum, yum.
Yeah. Nina says it takes 3 days to thaw in the fridge, a Safeway. Well, I put it out here. It's thawing all day and it'll thaw all night. I'll put it in the morning and hopefully I can cook the poison right out of it. The E. coli. I don't know.
You're going to bake the E. coli out of it.
That's right. It's going to sit in the oven for 3-4 hours. It should bake out of it. Anyway, let's see what else is there. Oh, anyway, just shout out to everybody that's in the chat. F. Kitty, Chloe, Pa Joe, Nina the Mystic. Let's see who else is here. Off the Hook is in the house. Jackie J. Let's see who else is there. Yeah, I think we got it all. And if you're here listening and you're not in the chat, well, I can't say hi to you because I don't know you're here. Sorry about that. Where's Scotty Boy?
Well, howdy anyway.
Yep. Nina says, make sure you cook the F out of it. And if anyone of you want to come on and tell your Thanksgiving tradition stories or something, let me know. I'll put the link in the chat. There he is. Oh, happy gobble gobble day. There's Scott. His ears were ringing because we were just talking about you. Couldn't go a Thanksgiving without Scotty Boy, I tell you. Anyway, let's see what else is I going to say. So yeah, tonight's just going to be about a little bit about everything. Like we're having turkey and sitting around the table, and well, you know how that goes. You just start making conversation. There's people out there watching football. Other people doing other things. Because that's what you do on Thanksgiving. When I was a kid, my dad would go hunting on Thanksgiving. And I just talked to him here a little while ago, and he says, nobody's hunting anymore. There's no deer around here, blah, blah, blah.
No deer out there, huh?
He don't hunt anymore. He can't walk through the woods like he used to. And, yeah, but he says there's just no deer. But too many people moved in, chased them all away. Yeah, he says, nobody's deer hunting. Like, yeah, figures.
Well, we got plenty of deer down here. My next door neighbor, Miss Sheila, for those of you who were in the chat the other night when she came in, her husband had his surgery yesterday, and I spoke to him on the phone this afternoon, and he's sore, but he came through it okay. Mm-hmm. He wasn't in the mood to go riding around this afternoon. He was going to go lay on the couch and take it easy. After having both of my wrists operated on, I think I'd want to just hang out for a little while too.
Yeah.
But Miss Sheila brought me some turkey and dressing.
Nice.
She brought me some really good ham, and I've been sharing it with Duggar. She brought some dessert that I have not gotten into yet. So for you ladies and gents out there who are wondering whether or not I was going to get fed today, She came by this afternoon with my traditional turkey dinner. Well, her traditional turkey dinner. It wasn't turkey, but there's turkey and dressing now. But anyway,
Mhm.
so to Chloe and y'all, yes, she did bring a plate by, and I'm always grateful and thankful to her and her husband. And say y'all say a little prayer for Ricky that his pain won't be too bad. But he did make it through his surgery all right. So there were many good prayers that were answered there. So thank you all. See, another thing to be thankful for.
That's right. That's right. Do the best we can because things happen. This year you might be great. Next year, your ear starts bleeding. Scotty boy, my left ear started bleeding. Yeah. Well, see, you never know. So, just take it one day at a time.
Yeah. There were so many friends that, passed this last year. And it's like, I'm grateful that they didn't they didn't suffer,
Yep.
that, the good Lord took them quick without a long, lengthy long and lengthy death, I guess that's easiest way to put it. But I do miss them, but I'm grateful and thankful that they made it to heaven. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They made it to the other side. So and I'm grateful that I'm still here and hopefully can help some other folks through this year. We never know, Robert. When you and I get on here, we have our little chats and things, and I'm grateful for those folks that are out there. But sometimes, them folks are grateful for us just to be here
Mhm.
chatting and talking to them. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful to be able to do that. I'm glad for you all to see me.
Yeah, I've spent a long, boring day sitting at home. I watched them. I took it pretty easy today. I was gonna go out, bust my ass outside, and I said, no, I'm tired. I'm gonna rest, recuperate from the week of work a little bit on cooking some food, do some cleaning, wash some clothes. I went out and watered the animals and fed them and stuff, of course. But I've been watching a little bit of Smallville. I'm on the Smallville kick. I got all 10 seasons, and I'm on season 2 at the end of season 2. So checking that out and moving on. So I've watched it before, but it's just something good to have in the background while I'm doing other things. Reading my book
Yep.
a little bit. Getting ready for shows and prepping. Things like that. It was a pretty nice, easy day for me. Usually I bust my butt getting things done, and I said, no, I'm just going to take it easy. Why not? It's really cold here too.
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
fixing to get our cold tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be lows in the low 30s tomorrow night. Saturday morning, yes, and through next week. So it's time to get the wood heater heated up. I'm sitting in front of the electric heater down just because it's simple and easy to do. But it's going to be in a day. I'm going to have that heater and behind me roaring.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Scotty Boy says, I'm thankful for this group. Yeah. Yeah, me too. I'm thankful to be here. And I mean, I hate to say it, but Brian passing away and moving the torch on to me, has really given me quite the opportunity to be grateful for. That's what we always say. It's when opportunity, hits. For some strange reason, his demise was my gratefulness. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of
Yeah,
weird that way, but I wouldn't, probably wouldn't have done as much as I do right now if I didn't know him. So that's the way I look at it. Yep.
yeah.
Anyway.
And I forgot to. I've got his mother's phone number in my phone, and I forgot to send her a happy Thanksgiving thing today too, by the way.
Oh,
But she was
yeah.
definitely on my mind.
Yeah. I know I got it in my phone. I didn't send out too many happy Thanksgivings. I was kind of, I did. I sent about probably 10 or 12 of them. I sent a bunch of cards out to some people, and I don't know. It's just kind of one of those days. Just be grateful for yourself, to yourself about the things you have around, that you're grateful for. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it. It's more. I wish I had somebody to enjoy the day. I'm taking the day off and then spend it with somebody and do something. To
Yep.
maybe I would love to play a board game. I love board games or cards. And it's really hard to play when you're by yourself. Be nice to, just have conversation. Yeah.
Yep, I tried to do a game of solitaire on the cell phone, and I just don't care. I spent more time today reflecting upon Thanksgiving's past and the people and the quirky little things that we did, and also in just sending prayers out to all y'all out there, to Chloe and just everybody, everybody I could think of going down the line. And I was just hoping and praying that everybody was having a good Thanksgiving wherever they were or are, or, and I really am. For the simple thing, I'm just so grateful to just still be here this year.
Yeah, I know you've had some close calls there a few times and been in the hospital and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, heart attacks and heart issues and cheers, everybody. Have some coffee and let's have some pie and let's celebrate that we made it another year, and let's as I'm sitting here yakking, I'm like, boy, I kind of sound like I'm Davy Downer over here talking about previous Thanksgivings and stuff. No, I mean it was all really good. It was nothing depressing, and I'm wishing and hoping that with my prayers that I can send that good energy to all y'all out there. I want to share the Thanksgivings past with folks in the present, if that makes any dang sense.
That's right. Yeah, like I said, I enjoyed Thanksgiving when I was a kid. We'd eat that food and play games and sit around and things like that. And my dad would fall asleep on the couch watching football. Of course, I never was a football guy, so it was like, why is he? They got good shows on, and I'm like, oh, we had to go downstairs and watch the old black and white TV,
Yep.
And we could watch TV down there on the black and white, all we wanted. But he got the colored TV upstairs. He got to watch his football, even though he was sleeping. But I tell you what, if you change that channel, or if you shut that TV off, he would wake up in an instant, like, oh, why you don't turn the TV off?
Or you went to turn it down even. Like, what are you doing to my TV? And there is something, Robert, you and I and some folks would be. I saw a cute cartoon yesterday, and it had to do with, back in the day, people are stealing these, huge television sets. If they tried to steal one of our TV sets back in the late 60s and early 70s, you'd have took 3 men and a truck.
That's what they did. You'd have to, back in the day when you broke in, you took the TV, and it took 2 guys, and they had to wheel it out. And then of course, because TVs were pretty valuable back then. But now, why would you take this big TV, take it, most people have it mounted to the wall. Why would you take the TV off the wall and then go try to pawn it when it's like, well, TV's only, after it's used, it's only worth like $50. at the most.
Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, they're all over. You can buy a new one. I bought this one I got here. It's like a 40-incher. And I mounted it up on the wall over here. And it's great. 40 inches. Bigger than any TV I used to have that was a boob tube. And yet, I paid what? $250 for it or something like that. I don't even think it was $250, but it was something like that. It was fairly cheap, and I'm thinking, now I've had it and it's used. Well, shit, it ain't worth nothing. I mean, it's worth $50 maybe if I tried to sell it $50. I bet you.
Yep, maybe. Because you can buy a brand new one. I got a 44-incher that was on sale at Wally Marts, and I got it for $130.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's fine. Everybody said, "Oh, well, that's a high sense. It won't last long." Well, I've had it for almost a year now, and the picture's great. I paid $130 for it. I mean, if it breaks, I'll just go get another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, I remember our color television set. It was like $900, and it was one of them big console type dealies. Man, it was huge and heavy. Holy mackerel! Yeah. So youngins today just don't know. They go, "Oh, that big oh, the TV ain't big enough," or whatever. It's like, y'all put up with what we had to go through. I'm sorry. It wasn't that it was bad, but you think you got it bad. Oh, shut up. Be thankful.
I think Nina said, she says everyone has a 66-inch now, and it's too big to carry. There you go. First they're too heavy. Now they're just too dang big. I know when people move out of houses now, they don't even take the TV. They just leave them up like a wall decoration, and the next person's got to deal with it. And when they break now, you just throw them away and buy a new one. Whereas years ago, man, your TV goes out, you call that TV repairman, he comes out and he puts a bunch of tubes in there, and the next thing you know, it's working again.
Yep.
So there you go. Wow.
And don't touch the back. Don't touch the back. You'll fry yourself.
Exactly. Wow. He says it takes up the entire wall. I mean, how do you watch something like that? It's just so big. Nina says she paid almost $3,000 for hers. Well, Nina, I think either you got a really big one or you got scammed. Maybe it's a wraparound or, plasma with something. I don't know. But yeah. I don't know why anybody would need a TV that spend that much money on a TV. I mean, when you can get one at Walmart, it plays us the same. I mean, so what? It's got a few more pixels or something. I don't know.
I know this one that I got. To me, it's huge. I was putting up with a 36-incher for years, and I thought it was big. And then I got this thing here. I had to move stuff off my bookshelf, and now it's like it almost, looks like it takes up a whole wall that ain't there. It's like, holy mackerel. So I can't imagine I cannot imagine having a bigger television now.
Yeah.
That one that I have now. It's just, okay.
Yeah, mine is like 40 inches, and that's big enough. I think it's 40 inches. But anyway, it's just it's almost too big. I got to sit kind of far away from it so I can actually see it all. And I don't want, I mean, I'm happy with the, something that's, yay size, yay big. It's the same picture, She says, she says mine has all the bells and whistles. Yeah, that's surely. I bet you don't even know what they all do. And she says it's almost too big too. See, that's the thing. They con us in the people out there con us into buying these giant TVs with all these bells and whistles. And what do we really need? You need volume. You need off and on and channel, and maybe the few to switch the different cables around or something. And that's it. You don't need much more than that. I mean, what do you need? Picture in picture? I mean, who does picture in picture? I mean, there's TVs that I have TV that did picture in picture. I can't watch two programs at the same time. Come on. You know? It's just crazy. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I guess that if I was clicking between football games, maybe picture in picture, but I don't have it, so I don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's like, how many times are you really going to use that all the time? I don't know. Here, Max says LED lights are used for human body communication and DNA or origami, I guess, data transfers, and more. Huh.
Hey, Max, how you doing?
I did not know that.
Well, you know, there's some information that's out there about the color that is the basic color from the back of the LCDs, and it's really not good for us in the long run. And so there's I always call it my back channels, them folks, you know, them conspiracy theorist people. But there's a lot of good information out there about the blue light that is being emitted from many devices. It's like my bulb here is a soft white incandescent. I only have a couple of LED lights in places in the house because once your eyes, you know, get blinded by that LED light, it takes hours for your brain to kind of shut back down from it. But with the soft white bulbs because I've been having trouble with lighting for years, but the soft white is what really, I don't have any issues with my eyes bothering me like I did. I don't have near the headaches that I did, so, and a lot of folks are more affected by the blue light. And most folks don't even know that it's affecting them.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're unaware. I was reading something today, and they were talking about the material world, and they were talking about the unseen world, and they said to relate it to like an iceberg. When you look at an iceberg, you'll see the ice on top, and that's the material world. That's the world we live in. But the underneath of an iceberg is usually about 3 times of what you see on the top. That's the unseen world that, our minds are in, and that's the unseen world we don't know of. So if you really think about it, there's a lot more unseen than there is seen. We don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yep. The unconscious mind is always on. It's always working, even when we're asleep. The unconscious mind is still working. And depending on where you live and what's going on, your unconscious mind is sort of like a radio receiver, like a walkie-talkie in a way. And it's on and sitting by the bedside. And then there's a truck that goes by that's using the mic, and you pick it up on your walkie-talkie. And so there's all kinds of things. So your unconscious mind is picking up all the stuff, and you're not even aware of it. Even when you're awake, you're not aware of the unconscious things in the background that might be going on, or something else that's, so yeah, it's always on. And that's just exactly like an iceberg.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, the more I study on it, the more it intrigues me. Put it that way. And I start realizing, once I know that this stuff is going on, kind of makes me wonder what I'm missing. How much of it am I missing? So that's kind of what I'm looking at.
Yeah, and sometimes our unconsciousness will selectively turn things off too. to where it's like, you really ought to know that it's there, but sometimes our brains just don't pay attention. So you're focused on this thing, and when you really ought to just at least look over there to your side and see what's over there, and you can still go on with your daily business, but society and things have tuned our brains to the point where we're just not there's a lot of unseen things we're just not aware of. I guess that's where you're kind of sort of trying to explain, right?
Yeah, exactly. Now here's another thing. Now I'm doing this death series coming up here. We've been doing for I don't know how many weeks now, and I want to get your take on a little bit, because that is the unseen world. That some of that is the unseen world, and you said you had a pretty good story on that, so I'm hoping that you'd share it with us tonight.
Oh, yeah, but you talking about near-death experience?
Yes. I just want to say hello to Nina. Nina's joining us tonight. Hey, how you doing?
How's it going? Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes,
I
know
Nina.
You celebrated your Thanksgiving earlier this year, because Canada's is it when? When is Canada's?
Yeah, we start celebrating October, like first week of October, and we don't stop until January, so it's all good.
Oh, well, there you go.
We're just grateful every day over here in Canada that we're not down in the States. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I would agree with that, eh?
Oh boy.
Yep. Well,
you
anyway.
sound good, Nina.
Yeah, you too.
Hey, yes.
You're looking good. I'm glad to see you that you're up and about and not in the hospital. And yeah.
Me too.
Yes, exactly.
Oh.
Grateful
So
to be alive.
How cold is it in your neck of the woods?
Well, we're just debating here because I'm going through this Fahrenheit and Celsius, but it's only 2 Celsius, and I looked it up and it looks like 35 Fahrenheit. So,
well, that's not too bad for Canada.
It's not too bad, but you got to factor in the moisture level here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so let me look and see what the actual outside moisture is here today.
It's a damp
humidity, 82% humidity.
Yuck.
Today.
It's almost raining.
Well, I know, right? So that's the thing. So when it gets cold, it feels really cold. It's like down to the bone chilling kind of cold here.
Yeah.
So like 0 or even -1. It might not seem like a lot for people back east, but that's bone chilling cold here. Yeah. So. And, and if we do get snow, nobody, A, don't have the winter tires on, and B, we don't know how to drive in this slushy snow. It's a different snow too. So it's different than the nice, dry, crisp kind of snow that a lot of places get. I remember that in Norway, and it's not that bad, but here it's just, and then it freezes. The next minute you got frozen. So now you got slushy snow frozen, and there's no way of navigating with your ball tires on that, so.
Nope, except sideways.
Well, that's the thing, right? Yeah, exactly. So I'm hoping that we're not going to get any snow, but it looks like we're heading towards the minus here this week. So we'll see.
Yeah, we down here in the south, when it gets to 35 degrees, but with the humidity, it's bone chilling. Yeah. I mean, you better bundle up, because it just goes straight to the bone. We have very few days where the humidity's nice and it'll be cold, but it's not. We don't get many dry colds. It's mostly wet and nasty colds. Even though I don't get, it's going to get into the low 30s next week. That for us, that's pretty chilly.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, you
must be around the Great Lakes. We always have the wet cold. So yeah, happy Turkey Day to all you Americans.
Who is that?
What'd you say?
That's Max Vision.
Oh, hey,
yeah.
Max, what you doing?
Happy Turkey Day.
Yep,
Turkey
or
turkey.
Ham Day.
Yeah,
Turkey
for the
or ham,
non-Jewish
yeah.
people.
Whichever roast beast you choose, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And some
Well,
of
my
those people,
neighbor chose for me, so
yeah. Well, regardless of which way ever you join. So okay, so now this is kind of the clash of the Americans and the Canadians. Woo,
I know,
Here
right?
we go. Anyway, yeah. So I just got this question. So for the American Thanksgiving, it's all based on the Pilgrims and the Indians. What is the Canadian Thanksgiving Day based on?
Thanksgiving. And like, celebrating the end of harvest, being thankful for
Okay.
the harvest and that kind of thing.
Okay.
We did a show on that actually on my channel there.
Yeah, ours is more based on
weekend.
harvest and harvest rituals.
Yeah. More the pagan probably, stuff rather than the whatever you guys do down there.
That's why ours stays the same pretty much day, and your guys changes all over.
That's yeah. Ours is usually the third Thursday of November. That's
I was
how
going
they
to
do
say
it.
it's always a Thursday. Yeah, and then because then you got your Black Friday then the following day.
Mhm.
And it's kind of funny how the Americans are so grateful on Thursday, and then on Friday, oh boy, look out! You better not get that toaster that's on sale in front of me. Like holy smokes.
Yeah.
I'm going to save $4 on a $10 toaster.
That's right, and I'm going to kill my neighbor over it. Yeah. Yeah.
But now it's all internet stuff. It doesn't pay to go to the stores to bash somebody's head in for a Cabbage Patch doll. You just order it online. You get there and you do click, click, click. Oh, big sale! Click, click, click. Oh, I got it! I won.
Oh, but you get an extra
Well, that's
$2.
true.
You get an extra $2 discount for going in store
Yeah. Or they
Yeah.
have special. They have
on
special
that
riot days for
$500
that.
item you bought.
Mhm. Yeah, well, and that's the thing is when you go in the store, what do you get? You gotta drive there, spend your gas, your time, your money, and then you gotta battle with all those people. And now it depends on which store you go to. Self-checkout. You got to do it yourself. Come on, I'm paying all this money for whatever I'm getting, and I got to do it myself. Come on, give me a break.
Well, you know
Only
what though?
$30
Sometimes,
delivery too, right?
sometimes it's worth it to go through the self-check just so you don't have to do the small talk with that whatever person that's at the checkout. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
sometimes that's worth it. But I find that a lot of these self-checkouts don't take cash. So I'm finding myself forced to go through the other checkouts because of that. So
Yeah.
there's pros and cons to both of it, Yeah.
Do you-
I mean,
Well, they're taking out of a lot of the U.S. stores because of the theft.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
But I think the
Canadians are a little
self-check
more
actually
honest,
has.
so there's
Yeah, the
not as much
self-check.
theft, but there's still theft, but it's
Yeah.
not enough to take them all out. So Canadians, get on board, start stealing more, would you? So we can get rid of these stupid self-checkouts.
Quit
Yeah,
being
that
so
is
nice.
that has become the problem. I know I've seen
Stop
that.
being
You gotta
such
take the
nice
self-checkout.
people.
But you know what's happening here, though, folks, is that this is going to usher in the whole digital ID thing, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't trust people no more. So we gotta go.
Everything's steered towards that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Yeah. So, there's going to be other events coming up here now that's going to be, and proving that you're human, that is going to be the big one. That is going to be the tipper. And that's where the whole fake alien thing is going to come in. And we're already doing it now. When you go online, you have to click on this thing saying that you got to prove that you're human. That
Well,
is
they're
just
trying
the
to make a
beginning of it.
major breakthrough in Australia. They're trying to make a major breakthrough in it. They're saying that to make the online world secure for children, we need to install an ID system.
There's going to be a lot of good, intentions, behind it.
Well,
But
yeah, disguised
as we all
as that.
know, as we all know, they have their own nefarious,
Mhm.
intentions.
It's called
Well,
parental controls. They're on your computer. You can use them already.
Yeah.
But now
Yep.
we want to do the nanny state. You know,
Mm, yes. Hmm.
So
we have
with all of
parental
this,
controls.
you guys are about the you shop online, you get the stuff delivered, but now you could be in a pickle. I think Nina, you were telling me that the mail is not being delivered there.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? So Canada Post is on strike, but you know what? What it really is doing here is actually not serving the postal people, because what it's showing everybody here is that we don't need them anymore.
Yeah, we don't
And I've
care.
known a few YouTubers. I know a few YouTubers who have actually now gone out and found private shipping for their merch and everything.
Really?
So
Right.
Yeah,
for
it's
half
better.
the price, half
It's
the
better.
price. Yeah, and quicker. You
Yeah.
know, so
Wow.
Canada Post, you know what? You guys just striked yourself out of a job, I think is what you did here. Yeah.
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 I asked a bunch of people around my work. I said, Canada Post is out. Has it made a difference in your life?
No.
Nope.
Nope.
Not a bit of difference. The
The
only
only
pe-
thing-
the only comment I noticed there was less junk mail.
Yeah, I know. There's no junk mail now. And I was
That's
going to say,
awesome.
that's the only thing that's affected me is the regular. Well, okay, so two things. They always do it before Christmas, because we do once a year, we do the freaking Christmas cards that I was going to do this year for everybody. And now it's not going to happen. So sorry. And also for my stickers that go into a regular envelope. That I can't find any better price than Canada Post. But any parcels or anything else, yeah, you got a lot of competition there. And I think you've lost probably a lot of business over this strike.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they
Well,
might even be doomed.
It could
yeah,
be like
they're
the
never.
U.S.
I know.
It could be like the U.S. mail, and they lost $9 billion this last year, and government just printed more money.
Of course, yes, yeah,
how
I know.
how
Right?
much of this too is going to lead into UBI?
Oh,
You know,
I
like
think
Trump's
it
going
is.
to get rid of the Secret Service and all that. That's 50,000 jobs in the U.S. I know
Yeah,
that's
I know.
not
There's a
huge,
lot of
but
people losing their jobs coming up
there's going to
here.
be a lot of people losing their jobs.
Yeah,
So is
yeah.
that going to drive us to onto a UBI and a
It
digital
will
dollar?
be. Yeah, it will
That's the
have
only
to
way
be.
to get your UBI is to sign up to the digital dollar.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So that's the thing. And I know Elon Musk has been hired personally to take care of most of the government jobs. And I heard him on the interview. I think it was with Joe Rogan. He said, yeah, he's going to have to beef up his security now, because obviously he's not going to be Mr. Popular. A lot of jobs are going to be up coming up here. Although they are planning on giving 2-year severance pay, which is great.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking that you're set for life, 2 years doesn't seem so long, does it? Right? So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of people upset.
Aren't about a third of your country employed by the government?
Yes.
Let me tell you,
It's huge.
I have worked for the government in two different situations, and I know people who work in the government, and they need to get fired. They don't, because they've never
stuff.
They have never had a real job and know what it's like to have to work for a living. The
That's
folks
why
from the county that drive trucks around, you see them, and all they do is drive around all day, and they get the prisoners to pick up a little garbage, and it's like, and these folks are making 50 grand a year. I'm sorry. I used to work my butt off 2 shifts and couldn't make 35 grand. I'm sorry. Y'all need to learn how to do a job and get paid for what you do. Not just because, I've worked for the county for 30 years. Yeah, I know, and you still don't do anything.
Well, this is why they're going to be upset, because they don't have a profession to go back to. You know what I mean?
People are going to have to work.
Right? Skilled workers have no problem. Okay, see you later. I'll go somewhere else because I'm a skilled worker. But a lot of these, government workers, they have no skills whatsoever, and they're not going to get a job anywhere else. And that's the problem.
Nope.
And we're going to have to somehow, have them survive. So universal basic income is definitely something.
They'll probably still make more money than you.
They're going to
Oh, yeah.
have to go
Oh, yeah,
back
I
to
know.
work.
Oh,
I mean, they're going to have to go back to school and learn a vocation.
Right, but they're not going now that you're not used to working, and taking all these vacations, and, leaning on the shovel and all this shit, right? You're not going to want to work, and that's the problem. That's what's happened to society. We're not going to want to all of a sudden now pony up and pull
No,
pull
but
up our sleeves and go to work. No,
you know what, though?
They would rather die, I bet you, than to have to actually work. So
When there's competition for those jobs, leaning on the shovel ain't going to be leaning on the shovel no more.
that's what I'm saying. And they're not
Kitty
gonna
is right. We did kind of get off the subject of Thanksgiving.
we did, didn't we? I know. What are we grateful for, right?
I'm grateful for the fact that some of these people might actually have to do some work.
Oh, they're leaving Canada. A lot of the immigrants are leaving Canada. I'm thankful for that because
Well,
they're being
I'm
shut
hearing-
out.
Wait a minute. Why are they leaving Canada?
leaving
Wait a
the
minute. They're not
States.
coming here, are they?
No, they're leaving this. They're going to be booted out of the States, and guess where they're coming, Max? Right?
Well, no. Canada's actually cutting off
follow-up.
benefits. Canada's
Really?
cutting off benefits.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
and they've
already.
just come across the border
Trudeau,
and come here and get more
Trudeau is
benefits.
trying to be Santa Claus.
Yeah. So
Haven't
this is
you
going to be
seen that?
very
He's
interesting.
giving out
with this whole-
money. He's going to stop illegal immigration. He's fixing everything now
Oh yeah, yeah.
that he screwed up. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And has he done any of the things that he promised people before the vote?
No.
Matter of fact, he's done the opposite, which is like, I told you so. I told you so.
But he's giving you $250. He's giving you $250 in January, man. That
Well,
makes
you're
up for everything.
You talking
Yeah.
about? Oh yeah, Trudeau. He just gave everybody
Yeah.
$250.
That
That's
money
right.
just comes from nowhere. You know?
Well, no,
I
I
am
can tell you where it's
so
coming from.
Thankful
It's
for this
coming from
magical money
Patreon.
that appears out of thin air.
Oh no, Max. Okay, for those of Canadians who are on Patreon, we just got the notice on the same day that you got the 250 that the Canadian government wants their tax money now. So I'm gonna have to leave Patreon now because of this. So no, they're getting their money on the back end of other people to give to the rest of the people. That's what's happening.
Oh,
So-
you mean it? Oh, I was hoping they were just going to print more money.
Oh yeah,
That's what they did before, right?
He makes sure that
That's
he
what
gets
they
his
do
money.
here.
Yeah.
David, you get the what would we do with $250? I mean, holy cow! If our government was giving us
if it's you and
$250,
your spouse,
God, you can retire,
$500,
right? That's it. Why work anymore? Fuck,
Well, no,
$250
it's actually quite a bit of money because it's $250 each person, so that's $500 a couple. Then the baby bonus also got a bonus, so there was extra money there. So depending on how many children you
All
have,
right, we're communists now.
so right before Christmas, so people are they're jumping around thinking that, hey, you know what, Trudeau just saved Christmas now. And we don't have to pay tax for anything. So if you notice, you go to Amazon or anywhere, you'll notice if you shop in Canadian that there's no taxes between now and the end of the year. So that's kind of nice. It's a nice tax break, but they're getting the money from other people on the back end somewhere else.
Yeah, they're going to tax you later up the wazoo.
Yeah.
He's going to
He's
put
just
that
doing
carbon
this
tax
because
up
people
again.
are mad at him. You know what I mean? Like he's probably the most hated, I think, PM in all
People are
time.
mad at him for giving us money.
Oh God!
Like I am.
So he's literally throwing money off the balcony right now.
You expletive asshole.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're not getting cake actually in the mail. I'm surprised that we're not getting that.
All right.
Really, we should be cake.
Well,
anyways, we're great. I am grateful for the little bit of pittance I got.
I'm grateful that Justin Trudeau will probably never be reelected. But
well, no, that's impossible. But yeah,
I still
out
just
some
don't
other
understand
things
your
about
guys'
Trudeau.
elections. I really don't. I'm glad. I'm great. I'm glad you're grateful for your $250, even though it's gonna fall in taxes by the
I
end
didn't
of the
get
year.
that because I'm not working, but other people did.
You might be able to get a you might be able to buy a turkey by the next year with that 250. You know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if it's free range, I don't know. You know, it might be a little more than that, but you know.
Well, it'll probably be a faux turkey, you know.
A faux turkey.
Yeah.
We'll put that picture of the turkey up on our big screen and sit and salivate in front of it.
It'll be a lab-grown tumor turkey or something, you know.
Hey, remember, you know, they've predicted that in a few more years we won't be eating meat no more. It'll be lab-grown turkey,
Tumor meat.
beef. We'll be having that tofu turkey on the table, and if you you know, they'll fine you if you have to eat meat.
You used to have, you know, you just put on that virtual helmet and it looks like you're eating a turkey dinner. You know,
praise to Henrietta Gladstone or whatever her name
you know,
was, the lady who had that turbo cancer that we now eat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy how they do that stuff? I just don't understand it. You know,
just make some gravy and lick it off the spoon and pretend.
Yeah, right.
The gravy's good if the water's not bad, you know.
Yep.
I got turkey in my backyard, so
yes, lots of turkey. What are they going to do if they ban the sale of meat? People will just go out in their backyards and harvest their, the turkey in the backyard, won't they?
Or, you know, neighbors, friends, you know, anything that's protein.
Yeah, we got to go back to the old days of hunting ourselves and growing ourselves, and taking care of ourselves, essentially.
No more turkeys, no more deer. They'll just, because, you know, there's way more people now than there was back in the day. And, you know, now on the Native American myths and legends, you know, we go through this, and that was the biggest thing. The Indians were always starving. And, you know, the white man came through and literally shot up all the game. And there was...
Why were they starving when they had all that buffalo there?
Because the white man was shooting them up. They were shooting them, and they couldn't preserve... Remember, there's a buffalo out there, right? And he's roaming around in the summertime. And in the wintertime, he migrates south. Then you go out for the buffalo hunt, you shoot the buffalo, and then you bring it home, and you have to try to preserve it because you have no refrigerator. And
but don't they know how to dry it? I was just thinking, like in Norway, we don't have as much meat there, or had, you know, back in the day. So a fish, you know, we're from the coast, but we would have an abundance of fish, but then we would dry it. And
some tribes did that. Some tribes,
you know, what we survived on, you know, and we would travel with that. You know, so if you're traveling, you would put dry fish in your little sack there, and you know, and that's,
they smoked it, but they didn't have salt. They smoked it.
Yeah, we just dried it right in the sun. Actually, there was no salt or nothing. But so there's different ways, you know, that we've been doing this. I can't believe that.
But here's the thing: the buffalo only come by at certain times of the year, so you go out for that hunt. You get whatever buffalo you can, and then you preserve whatever you can. But then when it runs out, you're done. There's nothing else to hunt. Yeah. You know, it's empty.
Yeah.
Like Indians did have horrible lives, don't get me wrong, but they weren't actually starving, you know, like until the buffalo were taken away. Like they did have horrible lives. Like I would hate to live in a lodge house. That would really kind of suck. Teepee kind of sucks too. It's cold and smoky, and you know. But they didn't starve or anything until we took away all the buffalo, and that was the Plains Indians.
And that was intentional, though, wasn't it? That was intentional.
But the Indians were warring with each other as well, right?
That's murder. That's not natural. It's murder. You know, same with the blankets, with the disease. You know,
so they had to go somewhere for food, right? So you exploit that as you're going along. You know, give them some guns so they go over and kill somebody else. You know.
Yeah, and I guess they moved around a lot, so they probably didn't really garden as much, you know, because you're always moving. So
it depended on which group of Indians you're talking about. Now, we've been talking about the East Coast Indians for quite a long time, haven't we?
There's ones that did different things, you know, like the Plains Indians did way different than the Eastern and West Coast Indians because of the different food sources. But the exploitation started with the destruction of the buffalo.
Right.
Yes. Yes, and the thing was that there was buffalo on the east side of the Mississippi. They were shot off and killed off by the early 1800s.
Right.
And then, millions of buffalo roamed the plains for, not a very long time after that. Within, 60, 70 years, they were almost wiped out. Can you imagine 30 to 40 million buffalo wiped out in 60 years, pretty much.
Yeah, most tribes would exploit some of that, like that's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is with the natives, like on the East Coast, they were farmers. I mean, we talked about their storehouses lately and how they had vast tribes of that were gardeners. They had hundreds of acres of corn. It must have improved the corn variety, because I think one episode we talked about how they had corn that was, I can't remember, it was 2 foot long. 2 foot long ears, wasn't it?
16 inches, 2 foot long. Yeah. Ears of corn.
Hey, did they destroy any corn species as well? Was that one of the?
I imagine they did, but nobody would know it, because the English would come in and literally burn their corn stores or steal them and eat them. And then, of course, they move in and say, hey, look at all this land's already clear. We went through this once on the show about how, the English would come along and how they farming. You have to cut trees down. You have to pull the stumps. You have to plow the land. And you just don't find big areas of fields in New England that are ready to go unless they were already farmed, which they were.
Right. So why exactly are you celebrating Thanksgiving over there again?
Apparently, I'm giving thanks for not living near Trudeau.
Yeah, I heard some things about his dad today. Holy smokes!
Oh,
have you heard about his mom?
Yes, the mom too. Just as bad. So yeah, these people are monsters, man. Like, we really got to get rid of these people. Like, honestly,
they're all related too, eh?
Oh, we got to get rid of all of them. It's a disease.
Even Polyev, they put him in as a foundling.
I'm sure he's just as bad. There's no,
He's a Rockefeller. He's a Rockefeller.
Yeah.
He's a Rockefeller.
So, anyways,
Rothschild. Sorry.
And because we're all, all our little channels here, we're all, YouTube creators here, and we're all, trying to play nice and trying to, abide by all these things. But you know what? Somebody needs to talk about this. Same with the children, that are missing. And there's just so many things that we're not talking about that should be talked about.
That really should piss people off. The 802.5,
it should, it really should.
802.15 megahertz bandwidth can find every human being on the planet.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it now again? I want to write this down.
802.15 megahertz. Look up the IEEE. It's the system they use to log into the human body.
Okay. Huh.
Even heat scanners. Even heat scanners.
The cloud, blockchain, that's all inside the human body.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's sick.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
It makes what was it? That guy that or what me and Nina did that show. And what did that one guy say? He could wipe everybody out in 15 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah, they already have the technology to wipe us all out within 15 minutes. Yeah. Now, one could say it might be nukes, but I don't think so. Whether or not nukes exist, I don't know, and it's really
it is wireless technology, but I don't know if they have the power system to do it yet.
Maybe that's what they're waiting on. But this rabbi seemed to know that they have something that can take us out in 15 minutes, whatever that is.
Yep.
So
you see the guy fall down in Wuhan? Do you remember the guy falling down in Wuhan?
Yes. That wasn't that the 5G though? That was flicked on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was
So
the Corona. There's also a routing network called Corona,
right.
routing system for nano networks.
So I'm
Wow.
assuming that little
what
flu
they-
season that we went through was the side effects of that, and we've now all adjusted to that. So now there's probably going to be something else coming out that's going to create another flu season, so that our bodies will get used to it. You
They
know,
are
They were,
talking about
the theory goes they were experimenting with their targeting system because 5G is a beam technology, whereas all
Mhm.
previous have been broadcast.
Mhm.
So what they did was they targeted him with 60 gigahertz, and apparently that knocks the oxygen off of your blood cells, so you suffocate. Honestly.
Yeah, that's what it was
Because
showing.
that's not
on
how.
these
That's
people,
not
yeah.
a flu. You do not fall down like that in the street from the flu.
No, it was equivalent to somebody walking up the Mount Everest, like that lung, whatever
Yeah.
happens to your lungs when you go. Yeah,
But-
it was that
But
kind of
isn't
thing.
60 hertz
consistent
what
with
we have at
radiation.
all our houses, though, right? 60 hertz.
Yes, 60 hertz. Yes, 60 gigahertz is what's required to knock the
60
oxygen.
gigahertz. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gigahertz.
You can
Okay.
write that down. You can check
Okay.
that one.
I did. I did my shorthand. Anyway. Okay. Well.
Can I bring up? Since you all sort of brought it up, have you listened to Dr. Campbell at all from the UK about the increased deaths because of the since the
Right.
the
The medicine.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
have you also heard about the nanobot things that they've been yanking out of dead people?
Hmm.
Which is also delivered by the medicine. So
Yes.
if you wonder why you got it, that's how you got it. So you gave them
And
permission to
Apparently,
give you that.
that's delivered through the air, water, and food as well.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It has to do. It has to do with the spiked protein,
Right.
Mhm.
and the spike protein has been attaching itself to different types of things in the body, and they pulled this one. The how they found out about it, what was going on was that embalmers have not been able to embalm because there have been things that are blocking up the arteries and the veins, and they have been pulling these nano things out of people, and that they pulled one out of one dead gentleman's leg that was 3 feet long that had grown there. So these things are growing in people as we speak. Whoever had the medicine has the potential, and it depends on which brand you got. But they have been able to boil it down to the spike protein.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm
I've
glad
seen-
I'm allergic to those medicines.
Yeah, I haven't had any other medicine since 2014 myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
Yeah.
But they say the new stuff coming along is the bird flu, and I don't know how relevant that is, but I heard some people in Canada had already gotten it.
I
Well, I'm
heard
seeing
about
locally
hemorrhagic
here.
fever.
Yeah, locally here, I'm seeing that the farmers are killing off a bunch of chickens. They're getting all worried, whatever. It hasn't gotten any further than that. But yeah, the farmers locally here, are which means that it's going to affect our food supply,
Yep.
obviously, right? And so it's going to affect us in all kinds of different ways, and then scaring people into thinking they need to go in to take some more medicine now because of that.
Yep.
It's like, oh my God, it's just the manipulation that's going on. It's just unbelievable. It's just so hard to watch. Honestly,
I'm
I have a
hoping
hard
more
time-
people realize it's manipulation. They're coming out with hemorrhagic fever now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
There was something else in Africa too that's brewing that people are worried about. I'm like, really? Something else is spreading over there, and who knows what's coming
It's all
around the corner.
induced. It's all electrically induced, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, if they can cure diseases and stuff with frequency, like with the rice machine, then obviously somebody must have figured out that they can create diseases with frequency.
During the beginning of the pandemic there, I map all that stuff, and there was a rise in the energy level.
Yeah, I remember you showing us.
Went to the sick. Yeah, every time people went to the hospital, the day after, they would go. Yeah,
that's the problem with technology, is that it's all great and all, and it's, I'm sure it's invented for good, to be used for good. Unfortunately, though, when humans get a hold of it, we just twist it around into something bad, and it's just the way it goes. So there's pros and cons to all of it,
Well, they're planning to use it for themselves for good, but
of course.
They could have already turned that on for us for our good, but
of course, but they're not gonna. No,
they're not doing.
Well, they took away like the temples.
I'm thankful that people are waking up and that eventually we could do that. That's what I'm thankful for.
Well, I'm hoping that this is the future. Is we're going to get back to the way it was, and we're going to get back to the natural.
They use the pyramids to transmit frequencies, right?
And the temples. That's what I was getting at. The temples were designed to heal.
So now we have better technology that we can broadcast across the entire plane.
Yeah, we could do mass healing with one frequency and mass heal people, just like we do with meditations and stuff, but an actual have like a frequency that can actually do something on a cellular level. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Imagine repairing your telomeres. They could do that. They could.
We could do all this. We can repair. We could freaking get our, DNA strands back.
Yeah.
Fuse them back so we can get back to the way we're supposed to be, and not this shell of a existence that we're living right now. And now we're becoming aware of it, and that's the problem for them, and because now we're going to be questioning and
then we start to realize they've got splinter societies, all these new UFOs coming around and all this.
Well, that's the new thing now. That's going to be the next card that they're going to play, is some kind of alien thing, and they're going to get a lot of different agendas done with that one card.
It's a splinter society.
Digital ID will be one.
Thanksgiving dinner with me. That's what I'm waiting for.
Thanksgiving dinner with ET.
That's right.
Right? Maybe they'll come down and have a meal with us. No, well, the thing is it's just fake. It's just them, right? It's not actual aliens, okay? So don't get too excited. Nobody's coming to rescue us or any of that shit, okay? It's just them going to be probably killing off quite a few people. It's going to be quite the spectacle. It's going to be all over the news. It's going to be, and everybody's going to be fearful of it. Of course, and they don't care about the casualties. That's just, part of the game. And in the meantime, though, we're all going to sign up for digital ID because we're going to prove that we're human now. And, and of course, the economy's gone to shit, and, we probably blasted each other. And who knows what else is going to happen the next couple of months before Trump gets in there. And,
zombie apocalypse. Hold on. Have we had a zombie apocalypse yet? Don't we have to have that first?
Yeah, that's going to come when they zap our brains with the cell phone.
This is the apocalypse.
Are we already in the zombie apocalypse?
We are in it now. Yes.
We just don't know it.
Apocalypse means, doesn't it mean enlightenment or something like that? That we're waking up. Basically,
big change, something like that.
You know, and even in the Bible it says, for those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. Even the most elect will be deceived in the end times, and these things stick out to me. And sure enough, I see it. Even the most elect, even the people that you think that are so smart that think that, they look like they got it all going on, but no, they're being deceived too, Yeah. So, it's hard to watch, honestly. Yeah. It's really
Let me add something here. I was listening to some folks the other day, and one gentleman was asked, he said, since Trump was only shot in the ear and he didn't die. And the other gentleman said, yes, we're on a different timeline and nobody knows how to act. And I went, what? Holy crap. Because I said the same thing a couple of months ago. I said, we're on a different timeline because that, he wasn't supposed to survive that. But now after all these months and now after the election, he was like, no, we're on a different timeline and nobody knows how to act. And it was such a simple statement. And I was like, and dude, that kind of covers a lot of stuff, don't it? I mean, there's the Republicans there are these people over here. Nobody knows how to act. Interesting.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that was all a stage game, but I think he did that himself. I didn't see any blood when he came up, but anyways, I don't want to get into that.
He got shot. He got shot.
I don't think he got shot.
I still think it was a razor. He clipped himself with a razor.
That's what I think too. Exactly, Max. Because you know what? An ear that grew back that quickly with no scarring, that's the razor blade. Okay.
You even watch the video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Watch the video. He goes down, he comes back up, his ear is clipped, but then he does something over the podium with his fingers.
Yeah.
He twiddles his fingers as if he's trying to shake something off of him.
Yeah, because there was no blood there when he first came up. Zero blood.
It took a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And the ear bleeds like so I think that was all staged. And I did a show the day after this all happened, and I said exactly what I thought. And sure enough, he just
we remote viewed it too as well, the event, and it came up as basically a ceremony to Moloch.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, this was a ritual. Yeah, it was a ritual about the piercing of the ear or whatever it was that he has to do for the for the Jays. This is all it's all orchestrated, and it was just sealed the deal.
And see, here's the thing. With all of that, it all boils down. See, now off the hook, she says she thinks you're wrong, and
I know everybody is on the Trump train, and it's really hard.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion,
People think he didn't get shot. There's people who think he did get shot. It's you know what I mean? It's a little bit of everything.
If you go and look at people, the gun people that know, because I don't know all the measurements and all this kind of stuff. But if somebody gets shot in the ear with that kind of caliber of a bullet, half your ear will be gone. Okay, you would have hearing damage. Okay, you would have more than just.
People did ballistics with that, Nina. It's a 50-50 chance. It depends on how much material got caught.
Yeah,
because there's no real concussion wave to take out the rest of the ear in that type of a caliber.
Okay.
But it will, depending on how much material it hit. That's the main thing. But I still do think that it was an ear clip by himself.
From what I saw, it was the exact same kind of stage performance that he has on the wrestling things. He's been acting for years. He's got a lot of experience in this. And when I watched him, it was like just watching that. It was the same type of thing. And there's no way that a guy that's just been shot goes up and is able to get out of the security guards to go there and fist bump 3 times of all numbers, 3 times.
Well, and all the security guards were like way shorter than him too. That
whole security thing was, I've never seen such incompetency in my life. And I said this the day after. It wasn't something I needed to say.
How is a 5-foot woman gonna shield a 6'4" man?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. The whole show. It was just a show.
Yeah, it was such a show,
beginning to end.
I think it was a lot of it was a show.
It sealed a deal. I knew right away that's it. Everybody's now, of course, are going to vote for him, because if they think that the other team did this, that's horrible. That another team would do that. And if they thought that, then obviously they're all going to vote for him. He just sealed a deal with that whole performance, is what happened there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But Elon Musk on his side, and 45, what was it?
Everybody's
how many million did he get out of that a month? Yeah. Elon Musk pledged like $45 million a month or some ridiculous amount.
I don't know about if that was true. I think I heard.
Oh yeah, no, he did. He did.
I'm sure he has now.
Like-
This was a while back because the rumors were going around. But
he cashed in on that big time.
he just bought himself a job there. Like
Yeah.
he's got like one of the biggest jobs in the government now.
You know what's really funny is you two are both Canadians, and you're more into our American politics.
I
and
know.
know more about it than your own almost. It's like
Because
what
we're
the
literally
heck?
sitting here in our lazy
Oh,
boys,
it's true. It is
smoking
true
our
because
cigars,
your politics
and we're
affects
an
our
armchair
politics.
politician.
Well, I know, but I mean, it's just ironically funny because it's like you
Yeah.
got more to say about it than we do. It's like,
Oh yeah, we know your levels of government.
Well,
we
we
know
have a
who's
lot of
being put in
opinions, but I
place.
don't
We
very
know it
popular.
all.
you want to know who's in government? Just ask a Canadian.
Us the Canadians, because we're sitting there watching from afar. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
that's
that's what it takes is actually to step back and look at it, right? When you're in it, it's hard to see sometimes. And I think that's what's going on with this whole Trump thing. You guys just don't see it yet. Unfortunately, you're going to learn the hard way, and it's going to be shocking. The things that are coming up. This man is no savior, okay? He does not have America's best hearted interest here, and things are about to get scary. And so, yeah,
And probably this is all new territory. All new territory. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up here a little bit. Give me a scoop about what you're grateful. Max, you got a show coming up this weekend, or
I do. Friday and Saturday night, 11 p.m. New York
Okay.
time. We have remote viewing, and of course, Saturday and Sunday afternoons, we generally have a chat show that's for anybody. Come up and talk about what you want to.
Awesome. Nina, what
yes,
do you
well,
got?
we got our show tomorrow night, of course, episode 4 of the Anunnaki story. So we're kind of diving into.
This is tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the next show that I have, it will be Sunday.
Oh.
So with
Yeah,
you.
Sunday. That's what I'm saying. This is the next show
Yeah.
you got coming up is
Next
Sunday.
show I got is Sunday
tomorrow.
with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you got your own show, and then we got our
Yeah.
show on Sunday. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes,
tune in,
absolutely.
subscribe, hit the bell, and be well.
There you go. David, you got a show coming up tonight. You're gonna have a little bit afterwards. I'm sure Chloe and Scotty Boyle will join you if you do.
Maybe.
Maybe? Okay, we'll leave it up in the air after you get a cup of coffee and you're good to go again. And okay, good deal. Anything else you're grateful for, anybody? And then I'll give my final wish of the day.
All you guys, this is.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm grateful for all you guys too, especially you, Robert.
You guys are a piece of sanity in a crazy world,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Well, it's nice to have people to bounce things off of without, ending up in some kind of argument. You know what I mean? We all need that, right? We need people to talk to and bounce things off of, but still be grateful for each other and appreciate each other's opinions and our energy. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and see, that's the thing. I like it when people come on and they, you got your opinions and you got your opinions, and then you got the people in chat, and maybe all of them don't agree with your opinions, but hey, don't unsubscribe and tune out because we don't say exactly what you want, because what kind of world would this be if everybody agreed with everybody else? We'd be
That's
like,
the thing, and this is how we learn. Yes. Grow and learn. Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well,
all I want to say is remember to be grateful and thankful for the small things, because they add up to big things. Thank you all.
Absolutely. Thank you. I'm grateful for everybody here, everybody in the chat, everybody who watches and subscribed to me through the years and has supported me in ways of just encouraging me. The nice emails I've gotten, the text, the comments underneath the shows. I appreciate each and every one of you. Tomorrow night, I got EA Quetting coming on, and we're going to talk about the death realm, the other side. Ooh. What is his idea from the black magic side? What the other side has to say. And boy, was he excited to talk about that. So it's going to be a good show, I think.
Right on. Look forward to that. Yeah.
Yes. And then, of course, I'll join you, Nina, on Sunday night. And then I'll be back again with Native American Myths and Legends, where we're going to finally get off of the Pilgrims and move on to some other destructive stuff we did to the poor Indians. Maybe after we killed all their deer and took their land and things like that.
Oh, dear. I bet you they're not too grateful for us, are they?
No. I think at the time when
Sorry about that, eh? Yeah.
I mean, when I did learn about like we were talking about Powhatan a couple weeks ago, and poor Powhatan, you know, he welcomed them. You know, he's like, boy, they got guns and good weapons. They can help us defeat our enemies, and they're going to build a fort over there in the swamp where we don't even go. You go right ahead. And so they did. And then eventually he started realizing there's more and more of them coming, and they're not fair, and they lie and they cheat and they try to steal our stuff. We don't like them so much. And then the next thing you know, he's like, let's starve them out. Let's kill them all. Let's get rid of them before they invade us. Well, just didn't quite succeed. And so more and more came, and Powhatan had to retire, put it that way. Move out.
We had a conversation about this earlier. Who were the first people here? I contend it was the red-headed giants.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
the Indians came and slaughtered them, took over their land, and then the white man came and slaughtered the Indians and took over their land. There might have even been a people before the red-haired giants, but I don't think so. But
well, I know the Vikings were here before the English and whatever, so you know, but we didn't have enough of us, so we got killed off. But
they have. There's a settlement on the East Coast that looks like it was just abandoned. I think they just killed them all.
Yeah, they found all the artifacts. They just killed them all off. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't enough for us. Yeah, but it's funny how the accent in Newfoundland is influenced. I would say a lot of people think that I am from Newfoundland just because of my Norwegian accent, and they must have been influenced by the Norwegians back there.
Yeah, my father was from there. I kind of slur my M's and N's a little bit, and that's kind
of so there you go.
Well, the big question shouldn't be how much. Who was here when. It's the big question of, now that we're here, who's going to conquer us?
Yeah.
That's the bigger question. Who's going to come in and say, we want that land?
Apparently the robots are, I guess, eh? Robots.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, with that, everybody, remember, be grateful that the robots aren't wiping us out now.
Learn how to take. We're not going to have a zombie apocalypse. It'll be a zombie robot apocalypse.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than zombies.
We got to learn how to behead them.
Holiday merch, guys. Get a little more Robert on yourselves and give them away for presents and support the channels and enjoy the holidays, everybody.
I just ordered myself a sweatshirt hoodie and some shirts and some mugs so I can drink some hot chocolate with my mug of a face on my mug. Anyway, thank you all. I'm grateful for everybody. But the most important thing is go out and be that frequency you want to receive, everybody. Love you all. Peace, everybody.
Bye.
Cheers.